The card on the bottom of the deck is the King of Stones, a horse. And King of Stones can be your earth sign, like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but this is a very stable individual. Not to pun, horse stable, haha. But a horse can do with movement, travel, new beginnings, fresh starts. But it is very stable energy, this King of Stones, typically. Like, this is somebody who's got a good head on his or her shoulders, business sense, manager, balance the budget, pay their bills on time, that kind of person. So if you're looking for someone that you can like marry, have kids with, have a stable home life with, King of Stones would be your guy or your gal. Sex is irrelevant with that. Male, female. It could really be anyone that's in that kind of an energy. Sometimes independent, strong, smart businesswoman type can give off kingly energy because she's sufficient unto herself. Some queens can read that way too. So I mean, it's again, it's more about the energy of the person than anything specific like that. But King of Stones, again, stable person, somebody that you would want to get to know. You'd want this person to be your boss. You'd want them to be your partner, that kind of thing. So let's see how this energy plays out in the rest of the reading today. We start with the Queen of Wands, represented by the hare. And Queen of Wands is your fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody who's in that kind of energy. This can be a very fertile person. This could be a pregnant person. This could be, but not necessarily, but somebody who knows how to put their passion into action. Someone who, they don't just say they're going to write the great American novel. They actually go out and do it. They create that startup company. They don't apologize for that. They're kind of the get up and goer, the get things done kind of person, right? So although these energies are different, the King of Stones too had to have some get up and go to be able to get up and go and do whatever the King of Stones did. So I'm going to keep going, but some of you, this I think may be a relationship. Our next card that we have is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is loving energy. This is about a soulmate type energy. King of Cups is a water sign, possibly Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And when we look at these two together, we're seeing a fresh start. We're seeing a positive match. We're seeing fertility energy, getting things done, making things happen, loving energy. Now, these reindeer, both the male and the female, have antlers, which is unusual, but reindeer are a little bit different. I think reindeer are members of the caribou family, and caribou are a little bit different than deer. Most of us are more familiar with deer, where the females don't have antlers and the males do, but then shed them after the mating season ends. And in this scenario, I'm going to point this out, I don't know why, these mushrooms, in certain northern tribes around the Arctic Circle, where caribou are, reindeer, these caribou would eat these mushrooms, and then the shaman would drink the distilled urine from these reindeer, and they were psychedelic mushrooms. They would trip drinking that, and it would send them into these shamanic visions, these journeys. It was a very spiritual trip. So for some of you, you're going to find the pothead of your dreams or the high on friend of your dreams. I'm half kidding. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I have a cloudy head for my sinus issues. It's like whatever. But basically, this is about finding somebody who you feel loving feelings for, or he or she feels loving feelings for you, but you're kind of a match and you have like a spiritual connection with this person. You get each other on another level. I'd like to point out here as well, this is some of your past tense energy too. We've got the Page of Cups, which is the Kingfisher. Page of Cups is about bringing new love in, but you'll note that it's a solid offer of love, in that there's a fish right here that the Kingfisher's offering. They're not just talking smack. It's about the real thing. So here we have, if you look at these energies, if we can back up for a second here, we got the Queen of Wands with the Page of Cups and the King of Cups coming in. So for some of you, it could be a child. It could be a water sign child is going to be born to you. The page tends to be a younger person, or the beginning of something, a new, fresh start. The Queen of Wands, the adult with the fire. But again, that could be passionate fire. Then we have the King of Cups, who's somebody who loves you or is in love with you. For some of you, this is going to be a love relationship, like totally a love relationship that you've been wanting for a while. Because we have here the Three of Wands, which is passionate energy because of our fire sign as indicated in the wands, but also fulfillment. And if some of you have needed some healing, and I am having a Marvin Gaye sexual healing kind of a moment here because of some of the romantic cards we see. This could be health in a general sense. It could be just that you're finally feeling that connection with someone. You know, I'm looking at the snakes coming up here, these healing caduceus snakes, the red and the white energy. That's polarity. That's balance in a relationship and healing. Now, Three of Wands in the Rider-Waite deck traditionally indicates that you're waiting for your ships to come in. For some of you, this new start is happening. But given that we have this Queen of Wands up here, this is going to be coming in fast. Fast and hot. This brand new love that's coming in. Now, King of Stones can be a slow poke. It is stable energy, but it's also slow energy. Then again, on this particular card in this particular deck, we have the Horse, and Horse is known for rapid communication, not for slow. So this King of Stones tends to be faster than some of the other Kings of Stones. This could be that maybe you guys are older. I don't mean older like age, but like old enough that you have your business sense, you already have your house or your home. So it's easier to build a foundation because you already have that. Like you don't have to go through the first of everything. You know, you're not brand new from school, getting your first job and not sure how to do anything. You know, you have skills and you can make them work in a much faster way because this partnership that you are going to be entering in is a match. I can't tell the male from the female in this one. They look so much alike. You know, be careful it's not a codependent relationship or one that is, in fact, based around drugs, that it's based on something positive. Use your discernment because you may have more than one option. Make your wisest choice for sure. But all of this stuff is indicating really, really happy, happy times. This Sun card right here, this is fulfillment. This is getting what you want. The Sun, again, that could indicate pregnancy, you know, the Page, energy and so forth. It could indicate that for a few of you, not all of you. But Sun is happiness. It's fulfillment. It's getting what you want. And again, we see this fulfillment energy here with this Three of Wands. Getting what you want. For some of you, this is literally the answer to a prayer that you have wanted. And you're following your destiny into making this happening. You're trusting in the universal source that this can happen for you. That this is going to be happening for you. This person's an answer to a prayer. And there's a lot of divine guidance in here. The pole star is the star that we follow, kind of like the North Star. Or in the Southern Hemisphere, it would be the Southern Cross. But we follow the star to get to where we're going. We use it for the purposes of navigation. We wish on a falling star. And we find ourselves being able to, we're being led, like it's like a destiny to something. So for those of you that are feeling like, ugh, it's never going to happen for me, this is not how this is reading at all. This looks really, really great. It looks in your favor. Now we have another energy here, Knight of Stones. This is Earth as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Wolf is a traveling dog. Now we have a primordial wolf down at the bottom. We have a modern wolf up at the top. But the point is, this is about finding your pack, finding your space, your place of belonging. Taurus, I'm so happy for you. Not long ago, you had a reading where it looked like you had gotten a false start with somebody that really didn't have your best interest, some of you. Ugh, I don't know. I think I sprayed the card. Sorry. But I mean, in this, it's about finding your pack. And rejoicing in that, finding happiness in that. This, I can't, I'm looking at this in the background. I think that's a Paleolithic horse, like the kind that would have been drawn on rocks and things. Which brings us back to our friend over here, the stability. This is a new relationship. This is about finding your pack, finding your people, your tribe, so to speak, and moving quickly towards that energy. You're going to meet this person, and you're really, really going to feel everything is just clicking. Boom, 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 boom. Everything's coming into place, and you're going to recognize this person. Now, there's something in here too, as I'm looking at these. Instruction, 10 of arrows, and the shaman. It could be the case that you meet this person in class or through a classmate. Some of you maybe take psychic or intuitive development classes, or maybe you are studying some ancient wisdom. It could have something to do with connecting with your ancestors or your descendants. Well, I guess what I mean by that, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, and I was picking this up in Aries a lot. It was this idea of drawing on the wisdom of the generations that came before us, tapping back into our family spirit, and also teaching the wisdom of our grandparents to our children and grandchildren, like passing along the knowledge of the generations in the most positive way. With this, again, it could be that some of you begin to take some sort of a class, and it's in that class that you meet that person, or that you develop the connection that introduces you to the person. So if you haven't met this person yet, don't panic. Don't worry about that. Things that are destined to come to you you're not going to miss them. I mean, they're going to happen. It's inevitable. And the shaman is about wisdom. It's about this is kind of like the high priest or the hierophant, I want to say the masculine version, the yang version of the high priestess. But the shaman brings a lot of similar characteristics to the high priestess, in that the shaman's someone who knows how to go within, right? The shaman, being a male figure in this particular instance, doesn't necessarily have a womb, but goes into the sacred womb through the sweat lodge ceremony, connects with both masculine and feminine energy. This shaman does not have to be specifically male or female, however. So I don't want to put it out there so specifically. These are archetypes, these individuals, and any one of us can be any of these archetypes, right? A father can be an excellent mother if that's his role. It's whatever. But the shaman knows intuitively. And that's why I'm saying, when you meet this person, you just know this person is part of your tribe. You're just going to fit. You're going to fit. And you're going to see that there's passion in that relationship. And there's love, and there's joy, and there's an enrichment. I'm feeling like you're going to be laughing. You're going to be laughing a lot. Like, you guys are going to crack each other up. And it's really just you're going to be bubbling out from the inside out, in a place of joy with this person. So, wow, what a cool reading. I do want to see if we can pull one more card. This being from the Animal Wise Tarot deck. I want to see if we can find a totem animal, maybe that can go along with the energy that we're reading from this, and provide a little bit more clarity or guidance for you. Oh, this one's insistent. This one jumped out right away. Sometimes I just think I'm clumsy, but that's one of my lessons, is I got to learn to stop second guessing. This is the Hierophant. Again, this ties right back to the shaman, because the shaman and the Hierophant are one and the same. And we have this white crane energy. Longevity, honor, and spiritual justice. Honorable Lord Crane is the ancient symbol of spiritual justice and longevity. It is both a solar symbol and a herald for death. This contrast is significant in that cranes teach the need for both life and death as part of the same process. Crane always heralds the end or change of old ways so that a new expression can be born within them. I wish you guys could see my cat right now. He's standing on my shoulders. Being a wading bird, a crane moves between water and land, earth and sky. Its movement between worlds, between realms, between times, can help us learn to draw upon our own innate waters, our intuitive faculty, awakening a freshness within tradition for new growth. In more ancient times, the Hierophants The priests and priestesses were schooled in walking between the worlds with all that it implies. Cranes reveal how past lives affect the present. They reveal how death is just a transition and not an end. Give us a minute. They open doors between all worlds, realms, times, and traditions, stimulating new, tangible, spiritual experiences. Crane always awakens to us the ancient ones, the beings of spirit in the various spiritual realms, including that of the fairy. Now is the time to draw upon ancient teachings and to find ways of re-expressing them within the modern world and within your current life. The crane, because of its link between the worlds, awakens past lives, reveals how ancient we truly are, and how the past is affecting our present. It heralds a new understanding of life issues and of sacrifices we have made or are making by revealing our karma and how the laws of spiritual justice are at play within our life. The crane often lays 2 eggs in the wild, but usually only rears 1. The parents are very secretive in rearing their vulnerable young. This reflects a need to develop a new sense of protectiveness, a need for secrecy in regards to something being given birth to within our life. In this way, the birth and the ensuing life will be long and productive. Crane reminds us to celebrate our creative resources and to keep them alive, and teach us that through proper focus, that to which we give birth will have a long, honorable life. Hang on. Okay, sometimes they have questions for us to ask, but he didn't put any questions in here, this author. Crane in reverse can also reveal how we are too rigid in our beliefs and traditions, conforming to them without knowing why or for what benefit, other than it has always been done this way. Reverse crane reminds us there's benefit from following the traditions of the past only when given fresh expression and perspectives. So, again, as we're looking at this kind of energy here, things that we may be given birth to, but seeking instruction, but adapting perhaps our instruction to our current situation, right? It was wonderful how our grandparents and great-grandparents may have done things. Then again, we may need to adapt that. We may need to adapt that recipe. We don't cook with lard in the United States really anymore. So we're going to have to learn how to cook with some other ingredient, that'll give us a similar effect. But whatever that is, just like when you alter a recipe, because of your health needs, low sodium is the way, if you're a heart patient or whatever the case. So, valuable lessons in this, definitely, right? Longevity, honor, and spiritual justice, finding your pack, finding your place of belonging, taking your old messages and adapting them for your new and current situations, finding the love that there is to be had.